Recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Governor, Senator, Dr. Cole, thank you for your work. Governor, I noticed that you provided a list of potential oversight hearings for Congress to take up. This includes suggestions for the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. I'm chairman of the Subcommittee on Economic Development, Public Buildings, and Emergency Management, which has jurisdiction over FEMA and the federal management of emergencies and natural disasters. FEMA is responsible for the National Response Framework, which provides how the National Incident Management System is intended to be used in response to disasters and emergencies, regardless of cause. Now, FEMA is the federal government's crisis management manager, as you know, which is why, for example, the President put FEMA in charge of coordinating federal resources and assistance during the Ebola response. So I think your points on biosecurity and cybersecurity are very important, as the federal government will likely have to deal with the consequences of any bio or cyber attack. Can you expand on this more for us? What are we facing in terms of the potential hacking of lethal virus information, and why is this so important? And what would the consequences be if individuals, groups, or countries which clearly don't share our values and have malicious intents were able to get into some of these databases?
We very much appreciate the question. I, for one, believe that. Thank you.
Third time's the charm.
No, the fourth time is a charm, perhaps. We'll see. There are 5 theaters of war: air, land, sea, space, and there's a 5th theater going on right now, and it's cyber. And I don't think we should be under any illusion that it's going on 24 hours a day, every day of the year. We know who the actors are. We know their motivations, and we know the outcomes that they would like to achieve. With the emergence of the terrorism threat and the ability of certain elements to actually control territory, buildings, build cyber capacity. I mean, let's not forget that it was the Syrians that hit our financial institutions a couple years ago simply with a denial of service attack. So a lot of our enemies out there, including terrorist organizations, have the capacity to at least attempt to exfiltrate critical information. And if you were going to try to build a biological weapon or somehow genetically change its composition, I suspect that there are plenty of research institutions, both public and private, that have that kind of intellectual property that would, if secured in the hands of the wrong people, could create serious problems and untold consequences for us. And so the merger of the cyber world and the intellectual property and research dealing with pathogens is something that we're very, very concerned about.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.